You want to be, if you could live anybody's life all time, what person might you be? And we went back and forth. My buddy was like, Neil Armstrong, he went to the moon. And I went with Michael Jordan. That was my choice. Jordan. Super rich, amazing athlete, 6 championships, right? Pro ball, baseball. And my buddy was like, dude, you would want to be Jordan. Remember, his father was shot to death. And I was like, that's a good point, but that was kind of like a bump in the road, really, when you think about it. That was like in between 6 NBA Finals MVPs. Like, I would actually watch my dad be shot to death with the ability to jump from the free throw line. Right? You kind of take the I've known 2 people that have had their dad shot to death. Batman and Michael Jordan. Seems to me to be a blessing in disguise, if you ask me, personally. Then my buddy had a word answer. He was like, what about Jesus Christ? And I don't want to shit anyone's religion or Jesus as a person or a guy, but I would not want to live that life in a million years. That seems like it might be the worst answer possible. First of all, he only lived for 33 years, and he lived in like BC time. Well, was it BC time? It was DC. During Christ. He lived during Christ. I don't know if it's AD or BC, but it was a shitty life. No electricity. He had to wear a crown of thorns at one point. And any life he didn't wear a crown of thorns, I'm out. I don't want to deal with it. Even if it was a life you lived 150 years and 20 of them were on the moon and you could fuck anywhere you wanted at any time, if you had to wear a crown of thorns for a minute, I'd be like, no thank you. I don't want a thorn near my head at any point. And my buddy was like, well, Jesus could walk on water. And I was like, well, I can swim through water. So I'm not really worrying about the water thing. Or to live a life where they had motorboats and or jet skis. I can get across the water. And then he was like, well, he turned water into wine. And I was like, well, Michael Jordan could turn money into wine. It wouldn't be a problem. Buy wine. I think you could acquire that. I stay at a lot of hotels. I travel a lot doing comedy. I stay at a lot of hotels. I stay at a lot of hotels, and obviously I was talking to my buddy. He's like, how do you stay at hotels? And you know how dirty hotel rooms are? And I was like, yes. Do you know how dirty my bedroom is? It's much dirtier is the answer. I can't remember the last time I got into a shower in a hotel room and stepped on a McDonald's ketchup. I do remember what happened last in my house this morning is the answer. He was like, I watched the special on Dateline, and they held a blacklight up to all the hotel beds. You should see the stains. And I was like, you don't even need a blacklight in my apartment. Just a light would be fine. Unfortunately, we had to pay our electric bill for 6 to 7 weeks. So, also, I don't travel with blacklight. So that is probably sleep soundly. And in a hotel room, I don't have to know when the stains are from. I can just guess in my head. Like, maybe 2 hot lesbians had sex on their honeymoon right here, and that's the stain. In my apartment, I know exactly where and how every stain got there, and none of them do I want to relive. There was my buddy was like, do you know how infrequently they change the sheets at hotels? And I was like, yes. Do you know how infrequently I have changed the sheets in my bedroom? I didn't even know that was a thing until you said something right now. Once every 7 years would be the best ratio I have. If I change my sheets now, I'm going to stay consistent 7 years from now. I also stayed at a hotel recently that had a safe in the room. There's a big safe. And they actually tried to use it. And I was like, why don't we use isn't the hotel room the safe? What is a hotel room other than a walk-in safe? That's what it's the same thing. The other person that has access to a hotel room is your employees. Instead of buying a safe for your room, why don't you pay a couple extra bucks to your help so they don't have to steal my shit when I leave? And then on the thing, there was a warning that said, use this safe for your jewels and valuables, such as jewels and diamonds. And I was like, I'm at Motel 6 in Livonia, Michigan. I didn't actually bring any jewels with me. I was like, I gotta wear guts in Livonia. I better grab a couple diamonds to bring with me just in case something comes up and we grill some millions. I had cockroaches in my apartment. These are all jokes from my last apartment. I had cockroaches in my apartment, and I bought a can of Ray from my new apartment. I left one of the room for a week. I came back, and the can was completely empty. I got my roommate, and I was like, hey, why is this can of Ray empty? He's like, I saw a few cockroaches. And then you saw a few. A can of Ray should last you an entire lifetime, even if you live at a fucking cockroach factory. You don't have to spray that much. You don't have to drown the cockroach. Just a little bit would kill it. It's poison. I don't know if you're trying to spray it in the eyes. Is that okay? Why you use that much? Then I thought of spraying a mop. There was a mop flying around the carpet. You spray a Ray at the mop.
And I was like, this thing is designed to kill the only creature that will survive a nuclear holocaust. And you're spraying around our apartments like potpourri. And we all died and flooded around. He's like, it works! I was like, yes, of course it works. You're killing a creature that's made of paper mache. You're going to kill a mob with Windex. You know what I mean? Poison it. There's some anthills out in the front yard. Maybe you can grab some napalm and take care of those. I talked about Jesus. I don't believe in defend. I don't believe in God. If we get upset about it, we're going to get upset about it. Normal people don't care. They're like, we're probably going to go to hell. And I'm like, well, that's not a real place. And then you move on. But people get mad. I had a guy that was at Kevin Fine recently. This guy came to me and said, what's this idea you don't believe in God? And I was like playing volleyball all the time. But this is not a good time for this. And he's like, so you're an atheist? And I was like, I guess so. And he goes, like a practicing atheist? And I was like, that's not a thing. I'm not a practicing atheist. That's why you joined the team, because you're ready to practice. That's what I'm doing. I don't even know what you think that would entail. Like, you think we're going to get on Sundays and put on shirts and ties? We're like, so still no, right? Everybody's cool? Okay? I get laid a lot of money. You should see the pussy. Actually, you can't see it. It's all WebMD most of it.
WebMD.
That's what it is. Sorry. I think that's pretty much it. I can tell that joke. That's a request. That was a little atheism. We're not going to do that part. I was walking around recently, Central Park, and this girl, she was wearing a sundress. She was very attractive. I love those. And the wind came and it blew up her sundress, and I got to see her underwear and most of her ass. That's the way underwear is made now, which is wonderful. And if you ever see a girl's ass and underwear when you're not expecting to, it's one of the best things that can ever happen ever. I turned around 11 years old instantly. I was like, ah! Woo! Yeah! And I put on the speaker. That's how excited I got. One thing. You need to start looking around for other people that might have also seen it so you can be friends with them. I was like, dude, did you see her? Oh, we should get a secret. We're going to secret handshake. I'm going to see if it happens again. It's like going on a ferry ride seeing a whale. Like, I wouldn't pay money if I'm not to see the whale, but it just happened accidentally. And I keep walking behind it. You can't just look at it and be like, all right, thank you, that's all I needed, and go the other way. And behind her. So I started praying for it to happen again. And again, I should have this before. But I don't believe in God. I've never prayed for anything in my entire life other than to see a random girl's ass a second time, which is awkward. And then she got mad at me. She like looked over and pulled her dress down to look at me, like it was fucking my fault. Like I was just walking behind her like don't blow into the mic, everybody. Thank you guys for listening. Go this. Let them hear it, guys.
Yeah, Joe lives in Boston. I've been to Boston once or twice. Beautiful town. Weirdly white out there. Very clean. Almost suspicious in its cleanliness. When I first moved to New York, I thought it was a real dirty place. I've since come to realize it's just, this is not people. There's a lot of fucking shit all over the place. But it's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Everybody tells you when you first move to New York, they're like, it's going to be a hellhole. There's going to be a lot of crime. You got to keep your wallet in your front pocket. You can't trust anybody. Maybe your girlfriend, you can't trust her. The girlfriend's going to cheat on you. That's what this person was saying. I didn't have a girlfriend at the time. I don't know why you looked it up. But anyway, I was on the train, and I was getting worried. I'm looking around like, everybody seems pretty nice here. Everybody's giving each other space to read the newspaper, and everybody's cordial and saying, excuse me. And then I looked up the headline of all the newspapers that everybody was reading, and it said, cop raped at knife point. I was like, well, there you go. I guess one bad apple kind of spoils the bunch. And I thought it was like a fucking Batman criminal. But it turns out it was a girl cop, which somehow I was disappointed to learn. I don't know why. I imagine this terrible nightmare of a person running around raping male cops on the street. Like, you fucking think you got this city cleaned up, Bloomberg? Take him down. Anyway, yeah, that was hilarious. I don't get to go home as often as I'd like to. And that's a shame. I won't won't talk about that. Let me just tell you one thing before I pass the microphone over. My favorite things about being in the city are the free things we get to see, because we know it's very expensive living in New York City. You know, trying to rent an apartment in Disneyland, and but everything else is overpriced. Except for shows like this, it's very cheap. Things like, you know, please tip your waitstaff and your bartender because you know this is a free show and they're helping you out getting a hammer on Monday responsibly. But my favorite thing, back to the point that I get to see, are the free shit. One case in point, when you walk past people on the street and you catch little slices of conversation as you pass them, that's one of my favorite things. Because you get to expand in your mind as to what maybe they were talking about, and it's probably a lot more fun than what was really going on. Like I got my favorite one was I came out of the subway and there was a guy on the street corner. He wasn't homeless, but he was kind of going that way. Like he had, it was working hours on a Tuesday, and he's got a couple of cardboard signs he's printing shit on. So I mean, he had the symptoms, right? And on one cardboard sign, he had a bunch of stuff, like multiple paragraphs worth of information. Different pens were used. It was, you know, you can read that. And then on the other sign, it was a little bitty sign with big letters to contrast, and it just said, "Where's the documentation?" Which I assume had something to do with the other sign, but I kept going because I didn't have all the time in the world. I get 10 steps past this guy, and this is what I hear at this volume from behind me. "Man, you better summarize that shit!" That was so great, because it's the only thing that could have been yelled at that guy that would have made any difference in his life. Oh, I'll get a job, don't blame yourself, don't call your mom, just get an editor. Edit that shit down to a palatable level so people can understand what he's trying to say. Next time I come by here, you're going to have a question mark and a post-it note, and that's it, motherfucker. Anyway, so I thought that was a lot of fun, and we're going to keep this going. Bring the next comedian to the stage. Thank you, guys. I think you're going to really love her. She's hilarious. You see her all over town. We've done her singing comedy show. You've seen her before. You appreciate her. Please welcome to the stage the young, lovely